I think now it's working. Yeah, I think now it's working. Awesome. Apollo, you also need to go to setting of Discord and set your camera to virtual webcams as well. Oh wait, we got it. Okay, thank you anyways. You don't use dark mode in Discord? Oh, not good. Devil's practice. What?
Yeah, you're crazy.
Yeah.
You're crazy
Yeah.
by doing that.
Discord?
Yeah, you are a heretic. Yeah.
Shame.
Okay.
Yo, are you?
Okay.
So, question: are you
Like
sharing
Discord is cursed.
What are you sharing? Are you sharing Photoshop or are you sharing Discord? That's my question. On Zoom.
Both. I'm sharing the screen. I think I'm sharing only the screen. Like if I go to Photoshop, I share Photoshop.
No, on Zoom.
Yeah,
on
you're,
Zoom.
you're
Zoom.
sharing the screen.
On Zoom.
Awesome.
Check Zoom. Check Zoom. Because I think you're just sharing what do you call it? Only Discord. I don't know. Well, whatever. Do you think, man?
On Zoom? No, on Zoom
Yeah.
I'm recording the entire screen. I think.
No, I think you're only sharing Discord, dude, because you only have the green, what do you call it? The green square only on Discord. So I got you.
Okay, now it's working. That took so long.
I saved you, dude. Come on.
Thank you.
Got it, bro.
Okay, yeah, everything is okay. I'm sharing the screen, Photoshop, everything okay, and I'm recording. So, yeah, and by the way, I'm going to paint using references. This is like reference mood board. So everyone use reference when painting, and I'm going to share the reference that I'm using. It's not like I'm going to hide the reference that I'm referencing to. So anyway, today I'm going to paint, of course, but also I would like to talk about a few things that you guys were interested to about career path and how to stay motivated when starting out. And this is going to be, of course, an open conversation. So it's not like I'm going to talk all day, but regardless to career path, maybe, I don't know, we can start talking about that and then how to stay motivated, like where to start, like if I want to study something, to work at something in some place on the industry, what should I do? Where should I go? What should I study? And after you do that exercise, then you can start thinking about, okay, I'm doing the work, I'm doing the studies and everything. Now, how do I stay motivated? Because that's very difficult sometimes for some people to stay motivated, to have like new ideas all the time. That is hard to do. So we are going to start with career path, and maybe, I don't know, guys, if you want to say like you are wanted to study, for example, animation, and you don't know what to do. So we are going to start that conversation with you. So anyone can just start talking now, and yeah, that will be the introduction. Like, for example, okay, in career path, it's like, what do I want to study or what do I want to do in work? Because in the industry that we are currently on, there are a lot of things to do. Like you can work on concept art, and in concept art alone, you have like for video games, movies, short films, animation. What else? Those 4 for now. Also, you can work on the animation industry, like doing backgrounds, for example. background. Or doing the animation itself. Animating. Also in movies, you have like a lot of things to do. You can work on pre-production, where is concept art. You can also work in post-production. Also in movies, animation, etc., etc. What else do you have? You can work on storyboard. You can work on color script. You can work on publicity. Publicity. I think that's how you spell it. Publicity.
I think it's advertisement in any case.
Oh, okay. Well, advertisement. Advertisement. What else? You have a bunch of options, and sometimes people ask like, okay, should I work on one thing, or should I be like working in a multiple projects in multiple different areas? What should I do? And of course, it depends on the person. So that's why I was asking about if you want to share an experience, like you don't know where to focus your attention, or you can share your experience, like working in one place, like for example, color script, and you didn't like it, and now you want to do something else, because also you have illustration. And I started in this path at the beginning. I studied illustration, so I was illustrator, but I didn't like it. Like, I do like sometimes to do a unique piece for something, for a project, but it's not like I enjoy that process and do it like all the time. I prefer to do concept art and color script. Those two are my main areas. And funny thing, all of these areas that I'm talking about, I did all of them. It was like trying everything. I like this, I don't like that. I like this, I don't like this. In my country, I have worked on this and not that. So it has been like a very fun and roller coaster journey to me. But because of that experience, now I realize, okay, I want to just focus on concept art for all of these topics and color script. But like I said, I just started with illustration. So you can have like an entire journey if you want. Some people say you should focus on one thing only, especially if you already know what to do. Like some people in my career, when I was starting out, they wanted to do animation, and that was their focus. They knew what they want, so it was easy for them to just focus on that. I'm a very distracted person and I like everything, so that wasn't my case. I was so lost, like I don't know what to do. And that's why I tried everything, but each experience is very different from each other. So yeah.
Can I ask you, Oscar, when you started illustration, did you already make any professional things before that, or it was just after studying?
After I finished illustration, I had like, yeah, I had a couple of jobs doing characters for for a video game, and a tablet video game. And after that, I didn't find any jobs like for a couple of months. Actually, I didn't search for jobs in the beginning. I was like, I need to study because in the it's not a university, but the place where I studied illustration was the knowledge that I got was so basic that I said, okay, I can't find jobs with this knowledge that I have already. I need more knowledge. So I was searching for courses, presential courses. I didn't know about schoolism or CJMA or any of these schools that are available right now. I wasn't aware of those in the beginning. So I was like attending to figure drawing classes. A couple of times, I had a friend who studied in a art university, and I was like, can I attend to a couple of classes? And I will be like, don't mind me, I'm not studying here, I'm just like, I just want to learn something. And he was like, okay, yeah, you can go. But I didn't like it because they were painting with oil, which is a very interesting tool and everything, but it was a very art focus, and I didn't like that. I didn't like illustration. I wouldn't like, of course, that art focus where it's like just painting from models, just painting from life. Of course, the knowledge that you gain with that is very useful. It's very, 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 very useful. But I didn't like the idea of just working doing that. So I just attended like 3 or 4 times in that university, and then because of course I wasn't paying nothing, so I was searching for other ways to do it.
And before you were searching for other ways to do that, you never wanted to be just an artist and be paid for selling prints or maybe paintings or exposing in galleries. I don't know.
No. I mean, I was doing commissions, which is similar. Well, it's not similar, but it is similar. But yeah, I wasn't like with the idea of doing a gallery and selling paintings. I didn't like that. But some people do like that, and they went through that path, especially these friends that I was talking about, that they attended to the art school, so they wanted to follow that path. But that wasn't my thing.
I have a question. If someone wants to try getting into like a comic industry thing, like what would you suggest try doing? Like, I don't know if you ever done comic work though, so
when I was a kid. So if you want to go to the comic industry, it's like any other industry. It's like the same path for everything, in the way that what should you do? You should like search for people that work on that industry, like famous artists and all of that. Also local artists that do that work. For example, here in Chile, there are a lot of artists that work in comic books. So
yeah,
I have a friend who wanted to focus on that, and it wasn't that hard to search for that people. And once that you search for local artists, maybe you can attend to an event and talk to them. Like, what do you do? How do you do it? How do you tell me about your story, basically?
yeah.
You can do the same thing right now with YouTube. A lot of people make a lot of interviews to artists, and they tell you like what they have done in their life to get to the place where they got. So that's one thing. And also, like, if you want to focus on comic books, of course you need to draw a lot of comics, and you need to search like what is the language of the comics, how they do it, how many different styles are in comic books, because you have a bunch of different styles. So you
No,
can
totally.
search like, I want to focus on more cartoony comic books, or maybe manga, or maybe who knows. So you do that job, searching job. And also the studios where you would like to work, or if you want to be a freelancer and publish your own comic books, then you have to think about, okay, how do I make my own comic book, and how do I publish that comic book? And you have the internet, and there is a lot of information. Yeah, sorry.
Well, yeah, I need to like. I've been told that if I want to publish, I need to make a. What is it called? It's called like a pitch Bible, and I've been kind of nervous about making one because one thing, I need to make time to make one, but also like I've never made one before, so I'm thinking like I kind of want to try to find someone to help me go through making one at some point.
Yeah.
Which that's
May I say something?
Yeah.
Actually, my thesis for my graphic design degree was pitch Bible from script I wrote. Script I wrote.
Ooh.
Well, you should be able to like try to encapsulate all your story universe in just a few pages, and by do that, you need to obviously like draw your characters, but you need to also draw like things that are related to the scenery or the context of the comic. And also, you should try to drop a few pages, like finishing pages, so people would know how the comic would look at the end. If you have like composition skills, you can maybe you can flex them, right? So yeah, that's more or less what I've been told and how I approach my thesis. But yeah.
That's fair. Thank you.
Wait, I have a question. Why do you need a pitch Bible?
Yeah, go ahead.
It's like you need it to give them like the entire idea of like.
No. But you personally, not. I know it's a pitch Bible, but I'm saying like why? Like why do you need that?
Oh, because I want to sell a story that I want to publish.
But are you gonna show that to like some investor or someone like that?
Well, I was thinking of sending one to Image at some point. I've always wanted to send one to Image. Yeah. Why?
It's just like what I'm trying to say is like you need to know why are you doing that and like to who are you sending that as well. Like
yeah,
maybe you should be focusing more on what Oscar is saying. Like try to do more comics, like draw more comics rather than focusing on just one project itself. Because what I have seen so far in the experience is like a lot of people focus on one thing and they work for that in like maybe years and years and years, and then suddenly they got what do you call it? They got tear apart at work, or they realized that they didn't improve that much because they just stay there. So if this is your first time, and this is I'm gonna tell you like one of my friends on Titmouse told me that if you focus on having your pitch or your idea and you can say it in one sentence or two sentences, that's fine.
Yeah.
So where are you right now? Are you like, have you been practicing a lot, or have you been?
I'm making a comic that I'm gonna be done in 7 months. Like I've been working on it for a year. It's supposed to be like a year short story project, and then I'm gonna focus on making. This one guy said that after I'm done with this, I'm gonna start focusing on making like 8-page short stories to practice some more, and I might send some of those to Heavy Metal magazine that does short stories. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm thinking of doing stuff like that at some point.
Got it. So maybe you don't need and this is my opinion, okay? I'm not saying that this is the only way to do it. There's many ways, but what I will suggest to you is probably before sending a pitch Bible or a pitch to anyone, focus on showing your work first. If you have a social media, if you have, I don't know, a bunch of comics that say like small stories, like, I don't know, 12 panels or maybe 3 pages, something like it maybe be like more like a test
Yeah.
rather than showing a whole project itself, because it's gonna take time, and getting it right, it's kind of difficult because you need to know who are you sending that. So that's it. That's
fair.
it.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, and that's the cool
How-
thing about. Oh, sorry.
No. I had a question for, like, I didn't know who that was, but how would it change, like, your pitch Bible, depending on, like, w- uh, depending who are you selling, or who are you sending that to?
Well, you're not gonna pitch the same story for, let's say, if you like a lot Nickelodeon or Cartoon Network, they kind of look like a lot, right? But if you have more like an interest in, I don't know, something more violent, you're not gonna go to Disney. You're gonna go somewhere that's like, obviously, right?
I
So
got
that's
it.
what I'm trying to say. Like, you need to
No,
know who
alright.
specifically you're targeting.
Yeah.
That's
Okay,
yeah.
I get it. Thank you.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
adding to that idea. I'm sorry about the comics because I haven't worked. That's the only place where I haven't worked, so I don't have like a real experience.
No, you're fine.
But that is very important. The thing you said about if you want to work on Disney, then don't go out to and send portfolio to, I don't know, Ridley Scott. It's like focus in your niche, in what do you want to do, and if you don't know that yet, then try a lot of things and try to focus on the thing that you enjoy the most, because sometimes also people focus on like doing concept art and realistic concept art because they don't know they can have jobs in something else, or maybe they don't believe they can find jobs in other type of areas in concept art. I have heard some people that work in like the top companies of the world, like for video games and movies, but live action movies. But after a while, they went to animation because they realized that they didn't like that, and they prefer to do more animated stuff. And also that it can happen the other way around, like people that draw animated movies, or maybe they like illustration, but they don't like that, they prefer something else, and then they change. So it's very important to try in the beginning. If you don't know what to do, what do you like, try everything. Like it's not like you are going to waste time of your life trying different things, or there is a limit. You can just try everything like your entire life because you're not going to focus on something, but spend a couple of years trying different things. It's not going to hurt.
It's fair. Thank you.
You're
Yeah,
welcome.
thank you so much.
You're welcome. And also the other things that I wanted to say is that places like this Discord are very helpful because you see a lot of people that maybe they work on comics, so they know how to get into that industry, or they work on matte paintings and they know how to get into that industry. So use this platform as a very powerful tool. So it's a good way to connect with people that are already working.
That's fair. Thank you. I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cogs is always something I've always wanted to do for a while, and it's been kind of
There is someone working on anime, so
I told that a good thing you could do to like get your career going on like the comic area is to actually go to the Los Angeles Comic Con when you're ready, right? But I guess not everyone has like that opportunity also.
Hmm. Yeah, a lot of people can't travel to other places, like for example that one. But there are ways. Like we have the internet, so we should use it. You can talk with anybody and ask for something, for an advice, for guidance. And if some people don't write you back, don't worry about it. Like a couple of months ago, I was, of course, I'm not going to say the name, but I sent a message to an artist that I really like because of the style that he has and the kind of works that he have done. And I sent him a message on Instagram, and I didn't get back an answer, but that maybe because he doesn't use Instagram that much, and maybe he's busy. It's not like, oh no, that artist didn't answer me back, he's sad. No, it's not like that. Sometimes people are busy or they don't use that platform too much. So if someone doesn't answer you back, don't worry about it, and keep talking with people. Like there are people that will answer you back, especially the ones that are not too famous. People that are very famous, they have a bunch of messages to respond, and maybe they don't want to respond all of these thousands of messages that they receive every day, so they don't do it. But some people are not that, they don't have that much power on social media, and they are good artists. So if you send them a message, they will answer you back very, very quick. Actually, I have done, I have had a couple of experiences where I send a message to a couple of artists that are not that known, but they are very good, and they answered me back like in the same day, and that was awesome. And always, of course, with respect. Like I was saying, some people don't have time, so don't be rude if they don't answer you back. And that's all I have to say about that.
This is a random question.
Yeah.
What's one of the best ways to study anatomy? Like I already learning like the simplification of it right now, but like the flexing of it, like what's the one of the best ways to like understand that? Like people suggest like an anatomy book, but like sometimes like I have a hard time finding like a good anatomy book that can like capture the flexing, and I'm going to start studying the connections of them. But like when I'm doing figure drawing earlier during messages, you said like do your studies when you're stuck on something. But I'm using like artistic anatomy, but sometimes there's a girl that I'm trying to draw, and artistic anatomy only shows this one buff dude with a mustache.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I mean, yeah, it depends on the result that you want. There are so many books out there and so many courses. So I will say, I'm sorry if you are talking.
oh no, you're fine.
Okay. So I will say the same thing I was talking about, like trying a bunch of different um, works or jobs. I mean, in anatomy, it depends in the result that you want. It depends the kind of method that works for you. Because for some people, for example, for me, there are methods that teach you anatomy using boxes. I
Yeah.
hate that method. I don't like it. To me, it's like, it's too. No, I can't. But some people teach you more like animated kind of anatomy, and they talk you a lot about the flow and the line of action and follow the energy and all of that language. And that's the language that I like. But if you just do anatomy like a bunch of lines with energy, there's going to be a point where you need to go back to boxes because there are poses that are in perspective. And to understand perspective, you need to understand how to draw a box in perspective, of course. So it's like it's combining methods that works for you and works to the result that you want, because some people also want to draw very realistic, so they don't need to go to this phase of drawing very like I don't know how to explain it, but very loose and very like poetic in a sort of way, or very like animation. They don't need to do that because they want to do realistic drawings. So they will
Yeah.
only focus on how to make perspective, how to draw muscles, very realistic, and all of that. So if you are struggling right now with trying to find the perfect method or a good way to study anatomy, I would say just try them all.
Hello?
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 Do you hear me?
Yeah, no, yeah, I
Okay,
hear you now.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I was saying try them all. Like catch them all the Pokemon.
Try all the books.
Try all the books.
All right, thank you very much. Yeah, right now I'm almost done with my figure drawing class on Proco.com, and I'm really excited and like happy about it.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to be doing my figure drawing class. I'm almost done with learning the joints in my anatomy course on Proco. Proco is always like, yeah, I like to use boxes, and I was like, oh no, this is what everyone told me. This is what some people told me not to do. But like, I realized like, oh wait, this is just like one way some people do it, and if I learn how to do it this way, then I can try learning the other ways after I start getting this all figured out, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking I'm gonna finish this boxing thing, and I'm gonna try learning lemon wedges after I learn how to do it his way. Because some people tell me, like, yeah, if you want to do cartooning, you got to learn lemon wedges. But I'm also like, I also want to do really dynamic perspective shots, despite me drawing cartoon characters.
Mm-hmm.
Like I always like drawing. I like drawing simplistically looking cartoon characters, but I really like dynamic perspective shots of those characters at the same time.
Yeah.
Those are always the most fun to me, and like I guess like my style is kind of more anime, where it's like I do like adding actual anatomy to the characters while also make them kind of cartoony in their face. I don't know what my art style is yet.
Yeah, and don't focus about searching your own style just yet. So
Yeah.
a style comes with knowledge and experience and taste. Style is taste. It's the things that you like. Combining all of these things, and then you get your style. Very naturally. It's not like something that you need to force.
I heard it's like over time your style will just come to you.
Yeah,
like that's
true.
How it works. Like there's one artist who I'm like, I love his art style, and then some people like analyze his art style, and he just made a post on Twitter at one point. He's like, I don't even know what my art style is. Just draw it. And I was like, what? You have like one of the greatest art styles out there.
Yeah. I was going to interrupt and say that that's also how I perceive the style part. The style is like something everybody else sees in you, and you don't see it like so clearly because it's just the natural way of you drawing and solving issues. But that's for me like the style part. I don't know.
some people say like the people I draw. Well, one friend of mine who's kind of more so kind of like a tease of my art, which I use that as like a motivation, but it also kind of annoys me at points where he like just says like, yeah, you people look like weird crackhead monster people, and I was like, I like watching kaiji, okay? Like that's like a lot of people look really ugly in those comics, and I've always enjoyed that kind of art style, but I also want to try, like, say I'm going to like change my art style to like something more pretty while still keeping that ugliness, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, that part is like hard for me right now, trying to like find this balance between all these things. But yeah, I love cartoony art styles. That's always been my thing. So I've been studying Looney Tunes lately.
Cool.
I love Looney Tunes art style so much. It's so cool. It's so cool.
And also,
What?
No, go ahead.
I was just like, they always like, if you ever like study the art style, it's always like they're always you know like how head measuring works. I'm pretty sure, of course, you understand how head measuring works because they're always like the size of they're always like the size of 3 heads. I've always noticed that about the art style since I've been studying it. It's kind of interesting. I wonder if that's like a common thing for a lot of art styles, like cartoony art styles, like the size of 30.
Yeah. And that will help you a lot with the thing we were talking about, like struggling finding your career path. You already know the thing that you like. So if you just focus on that and you do a lot of paintings with that, then you will search for jobs, or maybe some jobs will get to you because of the things that you like, which is more animation oriented. So
yeah,
that's cool. You already know.
Yeah. Another reason I like cartooning is I'm a very impatient kind of person. So
Me too.
I don't know if that's the same with a lot of cartoonists, but like that's kind of one of the sad reasons I really like cartoons. I'm like, yeah, it saves a lot of time when we do it cartoony wise. But I also what?
I will admit that one of the things that make me not to focus too much on drawing portraits, like realistic portrait, was because I didn't have the patience to do it. It was like, no, I don't have patience. I want to more cartoony style right now. I don't want to do realistic stuff. I don't have patience for that, and I don't have patience for to animate, because to do animation you need a lot of patience, because you draw the same thing over and over and over and over again, and I didn't have patience for that either. So it also depends on your personality. So in the end, your job, your work depends in your personality, your taste, the amount of work that you put on. Is all of you.
That's the other reason why, but that's also the reason why I'm wanting to study some more like anatomy, because one thing, like the more I study Looney Tunes art style and anatomy and figure drawing all at the same time, it's like the more I'm realizing, oh my god, the guys who made Looney Tunes, they know anatomy so fucking well. Sorry, excuse my language, but they know anatomy so well. It's just like, it blows my mind like how much they follow that and use that knowledge to make it more cartoony. And that's when I started remembering a lot of books mentioning it's like, yeah, if you want to get into making cartoons, you have to know anatomy. And I was just like, but what? Like, because for years I would like avoid learning it because it would just be like, oh, I have to learn all these muscles and stuff, and then but over time learning anatomy has been making me realize like, oh yeah, that's what they were talking about this entire time. Like, if I really want to get good at making these goofy cartoon characters, especially like when I want to make fights, which I don't know how successful I'm going to be making a fight series with cartoony characters with it trying to be a drama also. So there's just a lot of things I'm struggling with right now. But I mean, it's just it's just like anatomy is so important for like all these things you want to learn. Like another manga I love that isn't really, I mean, it's cartoony, but it's it's this anime that's really cartoony but really buff. So there's a lot of it. It's not simplistic cartoony, if that makes sense. Like I could show you guys a picture from it. Can I post a picture from a different comic?
Reference. Yeah, don't worry.
Where's the classroom?
Not on my
No.
channel, not on Classroom,
Class Hangout.
where I'm just
Right?
posting everything.
Oh,
Here.
Oh yeah, I was going to recommend you Space that class. I don't know if you already attend to that class, but you're like really focusing in cartoony and different approaches to have the dynamic characters and original characters. But yeah,
yeah.
you know, if you already are a part of its community.
That makes sense. Where are you? There. Okay. Oh, I can't post anything on there. That's fine. But no, if you ever look up Baki is like, it's very cartoony, but it's very detailed at the same time. And that was something that also got me being like, I want to make stuff like that too. Like, so I've been like trying to study Baki and stuff because there's like certain characters I want to keep. Like, there's a comic I'm going to make where the kid characters are extremely cartoony, while a lot of the adult characters are a lot more muscularly detailed. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
still have like cartoony features. I love it. I love comics. Okay, what was I gonna do? Fuck, I'm gonna draw it right now.
Yeah, and share the. I don't know if you already did it. Yeah, but
Well, I can't post
To
my.
share, you
I
can
can't post
post
any
it.
pictures on here.
Oh.
That's the thing.
Oh, weird. Well,
Yeah.
you can share it later then.
Yes,
when
because
you
I
can.
really, yeah, I really like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to ask you something, Oscar.
Yeah, but I think someone talk first.
All right.
Someone said so I'm guessing that's a question. Or maybe not.
Maybe it was just me, I guess.
Okay, then go ahead.
I was asking you if I was going to ask you if, for example, in your learning, like student phase, when you had those bad days, or if you had those bad days where you question like anything you were going to achieve, how was like your first thought to like get rid of bad maybe energy or thoughts or and continue to like following your projects and stuff?
That's a good question because I was just about to talk about the other topic that you guys wanted to talk about, how to start motivated when starting out. So
thank you.
This
is actually what I came here for.
Yeah. So you ask, okay, sometimes where you are starting out, yes, you have some doubts and you have bad days, good days, days where everything looks good. I mean with your drawing, and days where it's like your brain forgets that you are studying and it doesn't work that well, and you get frustrated with that. Or sometimes you just have like days where you are like, am I doing what I want to do? Like, should I do something else or whatever? Or maybe you just don't feel motivated anymore. You are just drawing because you have to do it, because you need to work, not because you are enjoying that. So it's very crucial to, especially the first couple of years where you are studying or working, to stay motivated. And there isn't like a straight answer to that because everyone here is different, and some people just have different personalities, they have different background, they have different ways that their parents raised them. So there are a lot of things that you have to consider, but at the same time, there are things that we are all can agree with, like motivation it's a very like, I don't like that word. Actually, it's like, yeah, some people say hard work or discipline is better word for that. I agree, yes, but there are other words or maybe ways to think about this. Because if we only want to be motivated, that is not going to last too much. Because motivation is very, it just happens a couple of days. Maybe you have seen a movie and you feel motivated to do a fan art or to do personal work where it's related to that movie that you just saw. Or maybe you saw an artist and you are like, I'm going to do an art based on that art that I'm seeing. For example, I'm doing here, like I have reference from Nathan Fawkes, Inside Out, Beatrice Blue, and Sanjay Patel. And I'm like, okay, I feel motivated because I have seen these references and I'm going to do a painting with this reference that I have here, displayed here. But motivation is not going to last too much. It's going to last one day at max, or maybe 2 days, or maybe 1 week, who knows? But it's not going to last too much. So you can relate to motivation. It's good. I'm not saying it's bad, but it's not like the, how do I say, el motor del auto.
Car engine.
The engine, exact, thank you. Motivation shouldn't be the engine of your career, your artistic career. Now, some people say discipline. Hard work. You have to work hard and you have to do it hard to make it work. If you don't do it hard, then you are not going to get anywhere. So you need discipline and you need to make it hard. And I'm doing these expressions like because to me it's a little bit funny sometimes. As motivation, discipline, especially hard work, are not, to me, this is personal opinion, are not like a good engine, a long-term engine. Because if you just focus on hard work, there's going to be a time in your career where you just don't want to draw anymore. And a lot of people, a lot of artists has gone through that phase where they just get exhausted, mentally exhausted, because they have done a lot of hard work like for a long time. And they don't feel motivation anymore. They don't feel passion anymore. Because it's like you just focus on these two words, hard and work. And to the brain, to our beautiful brain, that this is not a brain, but we are going to imagine this is a brain. To the brain, these two words are no, nope. So too much of this is going to make your brain burn out. And that happens. A lot of artists has gone, I'm saying a lot of artists has gone through that phase because they just focus on hard work and they have later depression. They don't take care about themselves, their bodies. It's not healthy. Discipline is good. There is a better word for this, and it's, I don't know if I'm going to search it because I don't know if that's the correct word for that. So translate, resilience, resilience. I prefer that one. Resilience, instead of just discipline, instead of just hard work, instead of just motivation. Resilience. You put hard work, you put motivation, discipline. These three things in balance with resilience. In the end, we are just going to get good enough if we work and study every day. Every day, little by little. You have to think in long term, not short term. Because it just focus on short term results, like I'm going to get a good artist in 2 years or 3 years. Yeah, this is not bad goal to have at all. But if your attitude is like, I'm going to make it and I'm going to work very hard, I'm not going to sleep to get this. I mean, dude, why? If you think in long term, you can do hard work, you can be disciplined, you can use motivation, and you are thinking in long term. I'm going to work as an artist for 50 years, 60 years. So I have to take care my body, I have to take care my mind, I have to take care, especially my hand. I have to take care about a lot of things if I want to work in 60 years, not 2 years. You need to think in long term. And if you think in long term, you will have more patience, because you don't care if you don't get to the industry in 2 years. You just focus on having a good life, making these three things in balance. And the funny thing is that once you have patience and you do the work, maybe you can get to the industry in 2 years or 3 or maybe 1, but you are not caring too much about that. You are just doing the work, you are studying, you are working in jobs, you are taking care of yourself, and your brain. That's why this is very important, because your brain needs to be more calm. When you want to memorize something, when you want to study something, the brain gets the information quickly when it's relaxed. We often think that if we work really, really, really hard, if we try to put information by force, I'm going to learn. The brain doesn't work that way. It's our nature, it's our body. Maybe some people can, and like, I just want to remind to everyone here, this is my opinion. Some people work differently, and maybe you are not agree with what I'm saying here, but at least to me, and what I have learned, is that the brain needs to be relaxed to have more information on it. It's like take caring about your neurons in your brain, and you will learn way faster if you are relaxed, if you have patience, if you are calm. That's why I like resilience better, because it's like you need to resist for a long time. not a short time, for a long time. And you are going to get anywhere you want. You will have jobs that you dream about working on. You will have the skill level that you are dreaming about having it. Everything will come in time. So don't focus too much on motivation. Don't focus too much about being hard and working hard. Focus on resilience. You need to resist for a long time. And you need to be more calm. You need to have patience. What was Yoda saying to Luke Skywalker all the fucking time? Be patient, patience. And he is right. Because he was like, no, I want to dominate the Force right now. You can't. I'm sorry, you can't. You can force it, but it's going to be slow. Fast work equal to slow result. How do I write result? Result. Well, outcome, I prefer that word. Slow outcome. Slow work, fast outcome. You will learn faster. It's not very intuitive. It's not very like, it doesn't make sense, but it does. And again, this is a personal take on it because I have a lot of experience being here, like working hard, and only working when I felt motivated also. But then I realized that, okay, I'm not being patient enough. And after I went to be like, okay, I'm going to develop more patience, then I started to get more results. I started to get outcome. I'm not like a best artist in the world. I have so much to learn, but I have some opportunities of working that have been amazing. And all of these opportunities came to me only because I was patient. I wasn't rushing anything. So yeah, that's what I have to say about it. Also drink water, your brains are sharper when hydrated. Yes, exactly. Eat vitamins, eat fruits, eat food. Hug intensify.
Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for saying that because I personally felt like I needed to hear that. Because I'm like a beginner, like I'm just starting to learn how to do art, and I did have that problem where I wanted to like do it, like learn everything fast, because I wanted to get good like as quickly as possible. And like every time I tried to do it, like every time I tried to like grind practices and stuff like that, I always ended up burning out. So that's something I needed to hear.
I'm glad that it was helpful for you. Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to ask something.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, my personal case is that I've been through like a lot of phases already of motivation or dismotivation or drawing or not drawing for a whole month, for example. But right now, I've been experiencing maybe since last December this like I don't know, like this huge energy, huge creative energy, and I have been putting a lot of like work. I think you would call it hard work. And I'm not like seeing, well, you shouldn't see any friends right now, but yeah, I'm not like playing games or like talking with my previous friends, previous or not art related friends. And it's not that I am that I want to, right? But my question is more towards how do I keep like this hard work stuff without like burning out. I mean, I'm not feeling like I'm burning out soon anyhow. So yeah, I don't know if that makes any sense.
Yep. It's about having patience. I mean, yeah, in the end, why am I talking too much about having patience? Because it's about attitude. If you want to work hard, what it means to work hard anyway? It's like doing a bunch of hours, like hours.
Yeah, but for example, since let's say August, I started to like really care about gesture and figure drawing. But by the end of the year, I got like this intense phase where I was like drawing, and when I was not like drawing or well doing stuff for school, I put on like YouTube videos and stuff about related, and maybe I will like I don't know, do it for 3 weeks, and maybe 1 week I just relax a little. But yeah, I was yeah, I'm worried about like burning out because I feel like putting a lot of effort, and I think this year I will be also doing that. So yeah, I don't know, what can you like advise to me? I know, like keeping like a patient up and not losing my head or because of I'm not
Yes.
improving or whatnot. But yeah.
Yes. So what I'm saying about having patience, it doesn't mean to draw like 2 hours every day. It's like you can draw 10 hours if you want, but if you have patience, those 10 hours will be much easier because often people that just want to focus on hard work, it's like they make those 10 hours like the worst 10 hours in their life. That is so dumb. It is so dumb because, for example, the muscles, I'm going to draw a very bad hand. When you work out the muscles, if you do work like your biceps every day, like for 3 hours or more, and you do with a heavy weight, you are going to break your muscles. Your bicep is going to break itself. You're going to have an injury. So it's not a smart training if you do that. But instead, you can train for 3 hours, maybe 1 hour in the morning, another at 12 p.m., and another in the night. You have 3 hours already, but because you are having this space between each hour, it's not going to be too much for the bicep. It's going to have time to rest. So when you draw, you can draw 10 hours if you want every day, but you need to have the right attitude. If you have patience, if you love what you do, when you love something, you don't do it like, how do I explain this? It's not like you have a girlfriend or boyfriend and you're saying, I love you every day, like every hour. That would be dumb. You're going to say like, I love you a couple of times in a day or maybe in a week, and that is enough. If you overdo it, you are going to break that relationship. That person will be like, you are so, no, this relationship is not going to work. So if you work 10 hours, but you have patience, you are not thinking like, I need to draw and this has to be looking great. If this is not great, I'm going to do it again and again and again and again and until it make it good. Your brain is so tired. It's like your brain is a muscle. You are treating your brain like this bicep here. Oh, I erased it. This bicep here, working heavy weight every hour. Your brain is going to collapse. But if you do like 1 hour in the morning, in the middle of the day, in the night, and also don't not like a heavy weight, but something that you struggle, but it's something that you can, with effort, lift it up, then the bicep is not going to have too much problem. Then your brain is not going to have too much problem because it's not having additional stress. Don't give your brain additional stress, like free stress. No, don't do that. Draw a lot of hours if you want, but don't add more stress energy to the brain. Otherwise, you are not going to learn. And sometimes in the day, you are going to draw something and it's not going to look good. And you are going to feel bad about yourself because it's not looking good. And you will be like, oh, this is not looking good. I'm going to do it again and again and again. And maybe if I change this, I will change that, too much. Instead, just do everything calm, more slowly, and you will get there faster and easily. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, thank you a lot. I'll do that.
Hi.
Don't cry. Yeah, sorry. Someone wanted to.
Yeah, I don't know how to initiate a conversation, but sometimes my brain feels tired of doing all the same thing without variation, and I don't know how I can be more varied on my drawings. For example, I was drawing meanwhile, I don't know, girls with, no sé cómo se dice, camperas in English.
Jackets.
Like,
Jackets. Yeah, I was drawing, I don't know, jackets, and I don't know how to vary it because I just like, oh, jacket, oh, a jacket, oh, a character, a jacket, and I don't know.
yeah, I mean, I think you answer yourself. You are drawing too much about the one thing, one theme only. Do other things also, like draw something else that you are also struggling with, or maybe something that is easier for you, so your brain rests a little bit, but at the same time you are still drawing. It's not like you're stop and play video games. You're drawing anyway. But change subjects. I have the habit to have, like, if I'm doing a job, I will do that job, but also if I'm feeling too tired, I'm going to start draw something else. Maybe another job if I have two jobs at the same time, or maybe just to myself, or maybe I'm going to study something, because drawing the same thing over and over, it's too stressful for me. That's why I didn't study animation. But yeah, do something else. And then the next day, go ahead and draw jackets again and again and again. And then you get stressed out, then draw something else. And the next day, you draw jackets again and again. You have to think about the outcome and the results that you are going to get in 1 month, not in 1 day. Because in the end, even if you're studying how to draw jackets like just 1 hour a day, but you do it every day, in 1 month, in 2 months, in 3 months, in 1 year, you're going to be a expert drawing jackets. That's why, again, patience is a very, very good teacher, because then you can accomplish anything if you just put enough effort every single day, little by little. There is a really beautiful saying. I think it's Persian or from Iran. I don't remember. But it is come, Rus. The Rus, which mean day by day, little by little. So focus on that.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
How do you? So I have a buddy that I like to show my art to every once in a while, but even though like he does get a little critical, which is nice, sometimes does get a little bit hard after a while. Like, you know, when you want to show your friend something nice and then they just mostly just say the criticism, but they're not really like an art friend, you know, they don't draw much. So sometimes it just like feels a little weird to me.
Mm-hmm.
At moments, like, how do you deal with those kind of things, like situations?
First, I will stop asking.
Yeah.
That person. But no, I mean, yeah, one way is to stop asking that person, but that doesn't. In your life, you're always going to get these people that is making you like very hard criticism. So it's not like you can escape from that your entire life. So okay, maybe you can stop asking that person, but then on the internet you are going to find someone else who is going to say this looks like crap.
Yeah.
And to me, in the beginning, if especially my first couple of years working, I was like not having the right attitude against those kind of people. I was like, what the fuck are you saying to me? Stupid. I was like that.
Yeah.
But right now I'm older, I'm wiser, so I don't do that. And also because sometimes people are very rude to each other because they have a bad day, because they have a they have a miserable life, or who knows, maybe that person has gone through a lot of things that make that person be rude to everyone. So in the end, I prefer to not judge those people. Don't just avoid those people. I'm just going to take what they say, but I'm not going to feel offended by that, because in the end, maybe they say some truth about it. I have a friend who always tell me the things that I'm doing wrong. He's very rude to me sometimes, but he speaks with true. So some truths that other friends maybe they don't tell me in the face what I need to hear. So I learned to be detached from the words that he used, so I can extract like the core thing that he's trying to tell me, and then okay, I can live happy with my life and don't feel bad because he said something rude to me. And it's not like that rude. It's not like he offends me and say
Yeah.
stupid dumbass. It's not like that. It's just the way he explains things, the way he gives feedback. It's not like a kind, nice way.
No, totally.
So yeah, I will say like learn to first don't judge those people. You don't know what their life is, and detach yourself from the kind of words and the attitude that they have, and try to approach it differently. Like maybe he is right about something, and I'm going to
No, yeah.
focus on that. Yeah.
No, that makes sense. Yeah. No, there was like one thing you mentioned that I was like, yeah, I need to work on that, and I keep forgetting. Like, it's just one part that I'm not going to go in detail because it's not really an appropriate drawing to talk about.
Mhm.
But like, he was just like mentioning how like someone was like positioned in a weird way that kind of made the drawing look weirder than I intended, and I was like, oh my god, you're right. But I found myself just like staring at that flaw, being like, how am I supposed to fix this? I don't know how I'm gonna be able to fix this without like redrawing the entire drawing. And that's probably what I need to do, honestly. Like just redraw it, and it might look better the second time. Like I've heard some people do that, and that actually works out pretty well.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, don't worry.
All right.
Going
Oh
to
my
search
gosh.
for.
Eating
What are
Twitter.
you posting, Raskan? Please tell us. Tastes very stony. I have a bad evening. Oh, sends loves to Raskan. I haven't
Oh
really
my gosh.
read all
This is so
the
much.
comments. There are too many. Oh god. I have no real goals because I don't know shit about the industry. That's interesting. So your goal will be no more shit about the industry. Search about how the industry works, what kind of jobs are available, who are the people that are work in that industry. For example, we say like Pixar. Okay, who are the people that work on Pixar? And I'm talking about the ones who work on the animation, the storyboard artists, the color artists, the people that also find jobs to people. I mean, they hire people. You can know about them also. How the industry works in the sense of, okay, I know these people that work on I don't know, Monster University movie. Now I'm going to search how they did that movie. For example, there is a TV series on Disney Plus, The Mandalorian, and the cool part of that show is that Disney Plus has now released videos where they talk about all the process of that show. And then you get a good sense and a good idea about how that works, how the pre-production works, how they write the script, how they hire people, what kind of things they are looking in the actors and all of that. So those programs are very useful to get us an idea of how the industry works, how the projects works, and all of that. So it's about just eating all of that. My cat is kind of okay. We love your cat, but yeah, that's all about the industry.
I have yet another question, if that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, is it possible to actually jump from one like career to another within the arts. For example, I am battling right now with the idea of becoming an animator or a concept artist, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I was wondering if I mean, you said that experiencing in something is not like losing time, right?
Yeah.
But within like the animation or concept art industry or art overall industry, do you think it's possible to do that kind of jumps between like different approaches? Like, for example, from concept to animation?
I think I will say that it's more easy to do when you're just starting out because nobody knows
Mm,
you. You are not having like uh, a job that tells you to work 1 year on that specific work, I mean, job. And also about that, if you have a job and they tell you, okay, this is going to last only 1 year, and we are going to see if we hire you for another project, we will see. But at least you have an idea about, okay, this is going to last 1 year, and I'm going to work, let's say, doing color script for that job. But then you didn't like it. Well, you have only 1 year, and then after that year, you can do something else because the contract just finished. So then you can switch careers basically. Um, what is very interesting about this industry is that if you are working in color script and then you want to switch to another area like biz dev, visual development, you can do it. If you are working on an animation and you want to switch to concept art, maybe you have to learn new things, of course, but you can do it because everything is related to each other. It's not like you are studying medicine and now you want to be a lawyer. That's a very radical change. And none of the things that you study on medicine are going to help you with being a lawyer. But the things that you are learning in concept art are going to help you to work on storyboard, color script, animation, anything. And you have to learn new things, of course, because each area has their own systematic method to work. So you will learn new things. You have to learn new things, but it's not a big deal to switch careers.
right. Thank you so much.
Now, if somebody here is actually studying medicine and wants to switch to art, that's another story. And actually, it will be cool to hear if someone is doing that, like doing something completely different, but want to switch career.
Oh my God, tensions arise.
I have asked a big question.
Yeah.
But yeah, that will be my advice in your case. So I have done so many things. So I have switched many times. I have worked on advertisement. I didn't like it. You gain a lot of money, but I don't like it.
But have you worked in like animation, doing animation, or
No, I don't.
I mean,
Doing animation, like to animate. No, I haven't.
yeah,
haven't
to
done-
animate?
No, I don't have experience, knowledge. I mean, doing that. So I wouldn't dare doing animation.
Yeah, my question was more towards that because I didn't know there was such a difference between like drawing and drawing movement, right? Like turning shape in a timing environment. I don't know. So, um, I mean, I figure I could like learn, and on the side I could like learn animation, but since this is too time demanding, I wouldn't be doing those like in a good way, I guess. So yeah.
Yeah. I want to ask Raskan, if you can you talk? Because it seems like you have a lot of questions and ideas here. I haven't read them all.
I can talk, but I just don't feel like talking.
Okay, well, don't worry. Sorry about that. Before going into fashion, I wanted to do graphic design. That was also kind of focused on advertisement. Yeah, graphic design is very focused on advertisement. Also, I have done things related to graphic design. So I have a lot of, but in the beginning of the video, I was saying that it's okay to explore different areas if you don't know what to do or if you are just curious about studying different topics. It's okay, but it should get to the point where you already know what you want. So you just need to focus now and only on that thing. So in my case, for example, I have done many things, but now I don't want to do many things. I just want to focus on more like visual development, character design, background design for animation specifically. I don't want to do graphic design or advertisement anymore. I just want to focus on this thing. So I'm going to stop, of course, doing other things. And also, if you have the opportunity, especially in the beginning, to choose jobs, use that in your advantage. Like, for example, some people tell you, I don't know, a family member tells you, oh, I know that you draw. Can you do a comic version of my sister or whatever? And you don't like that, and you can afford not doing that, well, don't do it. If you want to gain the experience and gain a couple of bucks, then do it. Life is simple. I mean, it is not, but we can try to make it more simple because it's already hard life already, especially with the corona. Oh yeah, fashion design. Dystopia. No, Dystopia, you are just studying fashion design, right?
I didn't. I'm not studying anymore. I stopped 4 years ago. I did a master's degree. I don't know how it's in English, but
Okay.
then I worked as fashion designer. But actually, I want to be a fashion illustrator now because fashion industry. I was working as a commercial agent for textile industry and then fashion designer. But I like the job, but the fashion industry really sucks. That's why I want to be a fashion illustrator.
Okay, cool. Cool.
Yeah. That's why I was asking you before getting into industry if you ever wanted to be an artist, like a painter or just an illustrator.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I didn't want it to be a painter, but about the fashion design, a lot of people here, me included, love fashion design. We don't work in that, but regardless to doing fashion, I mean studying fashion for character design purposes is very useful. So anytime we can do a live stream just on that will be fun.
Yeah, I think it's a fashion for a lot of character designers. Fashion design is drawing clothes, but drawing clothes most of the time is just drawing from your reference what you see from most of the time it's just already how you say existence clothes, you know, It's not very making new clothes or new shapes,
Yeah.
you know. But for most of character designers and concept artists, they love to do fashion because it's only drawing, and I really love to draw clothes. This is the best part of it. But to be honest, drawing clothes as a fashion designer, it happens maybe 1 week a year only. So that's why I don't like the job anymore, and because the textile industry is totally fucked up actually. So I just want to be what I really love. So just drawing, and doing what I love to do.
Awesome. And I wish you a lot of luck. There are also in concept art people that focus on fashion. For example, when they design the clothing of the Avengers or whoever, they focus on fashion, in the fashion aspect of that. But it's
My
concept
dream.
art.
Sorry to cut. Just I wanted to say you something about that. My dream was to make at first, before doing fashion design, was to make clothes for cinema. But this is very, very specific way and very complicated way to work with it. But maybe, I don't know, one day.
Yeah, who knows? We will see you designing the clothing of the new, like the Joker 151 version of it. Okay. So I think this will be enough for the stream unless there is another question.
Yeah, me again. I have another question.
Okay.
At some point, did you like open commissions, or have you like always worked towards industry standards?
Sorry, can you repeat the question?
I was asking if at some point in your career did you open like commissions, or you always work towards industry standards?
I did a couple of commissions in the beginning, but just a couple. And then I think it was only because I didn't know how to promote myself, and I didn't know how to charge for commissions, so I started doing it. Yeah, that's the answer I have.
How did you learn to advertise yourself?
Oh,
well, there is a whole class on that. I think it saves the video. I think you're supposed to like invest in advertisement with your first commission so you can get more work. But further than that, I don't know a thing about commissions. So, well,
I mean, it depends. If you already have a lot of followers in your Instagram account or Facebook or Twitter or whatever, it's easier to ask for commissions because you already have a presence in social media. That's the way, one of the ways that you advertise yourself. I mean, not just having Instagram, for example, and posting a lot of pictures, but what do people in advertisement do? They spam like crazy. So you can do that, spam on Instagram drawings, sketches, and the history of Instagram. You can spam things and also do more stuff like anything in your power to get the attention of others, like a virus. But if there are videos about advertisement, I would love to see them too, because I don't have a specific strategy to advertise myself, because first, in social media, I don't like social media too much, so I don't advertise myself too much on social media. But at the same time, I like to talk with people. I like to attend to fairs about art. So that has been my way to connect with other artists and to connect with clients also. If you are a very social person, that's a good way to go, to talk with everyone, to attend to every fair, to any expo, to any workshop that there is in your place or maybe online, and talk with everybody. In the end, in a couple of years, a lot of people will know you, and because they know you and maybe you are already good enough, they will send you jobs because yeah, they know you. Some people, and this has been the truth to me also. Some people don't like to social too much, to have a lot of conversations too much, and maybe because they are introvert people or just shy people. I will say always try to step out of your comfort zone a little bit, not too much, so you won't get anxiety or fear, but a little bit, because I was a very, very, very shy person in the beginning, especially when I was just starting out. I was a shy person, but I didn't like it to be a shy person because I knew that deep inside of me, I was like not an extrovert person, but I was like, I want to talk with people, I want to connect with people, but I have some blocks, mental blocks that doesn't allow me to do that. So I was shy, but I was doing this, like stepping out of my comfort zone little by little. I was talking with some people in a fair, some people in Facebook, some people on whatever, on Twitter. And little by little, I was gaining more confidence in myself. And after a while, it was very easy for me to talk with anyone because I was like talking all the time. And sometimes I don't stop talking, and I have to stop myself because I talk too much. In this case, it's okay because this is a streaming and I'm giving you advice and everything. But in other cases, I will be like, okay, maybe I'm talking too much. I'm going to be a little bit more calm and collect. But any skill you can develop, even being more extrovert, being more social, but don't stress yourself that is not easy for you just now. Do the work if you want. If you don't want, if you are okay with that, that's okay too. In my case, I wasn't okay with being shy, so I wanted to change that, and I feel more happy now because I feel more free. I'm myself basically.
What's
So, yeah.
a good way to approach people? Because sometimes I get nervous that I annoy people that much, like, and that's probably just like a fear in my head, but like I get nervous that I don't really know well how to socialize with people. Like, what's a good way to like approach people in your industry and like that kind of stuff?
Hi, hello, my name is Oscar. How are you doing?
Yeah.
Who are
That's
you?
fair.
Tell me a little bit about yourself. Oh, you are doing. I saw your drawing on Instagram about Yoda. I like the Star Wars too, and so the conversation goes on if that person is okay with having that conversation. But I mean, I don't have a formula for that. I would say just try but two things. Try to approach people, try to have a conversation with them with any topic. With some people will be easier. For example, if we are all here artists, it will be easy for me to establish a conversation with someone and to talk about animation. Hey, I see that you are doing animations. I saw that post on Instagram. that's cool and whatever, and then you can have a conversation about that. But also what helped me a lot was to ask myself why I have social anxiety. Where does that come from? Because you can do a lot of this extroversion work where you talk with people all the time, but if you don't resolve what is inside you, you will always have anxiety no matter what. You have to resolve the problem from the origin. In my case, and I'm totally okay by telling you guys this, I have a lot of social anxiety back then because I suffered from a lot of bullying. A lot of years with a lot of bullying in the school. So I wasn't like okay with people because I was thinking like, okay, all the people here wants to hurt me. So I shouldn't talk with people. I will get more introvert. I will try to avoid connecting with people. I will try to avoid having conversations because maybe that person is judging me. Maybe because that person is saying something bad about me because I had that experience in the past. But after the school and in the studying illustration, after that, I was okay. I need to fix this problem because I can't be like living my entire life having social anxiety. I have to fix that. So I took a therapist and we tried to resolve this problem. I have to think about, okay, not all the people that I'm talking to, sorry, are making judgments about me. Not all the people are bad. Not all the people want to hurt me. I had to realize that. And then the social anxiety is gone. I barely have social anxiety. I don't have it actually. If sometimes I don't talk, it's because I don't have nothing to say. But it's not because I feel shy or feel like I'm not good enough or I feel like someone is judging me. I don't feel that way because I had to resolve that problem inside me. So then all of this working about talking with others was easier for me because I didn't have that social anxiety anymore.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Personally, I was also dealing with like anxiety and depression stuff. And one of the things that helped me understand, and I was being told a lot, but I didn't actually pay attention to, was that when you approach somebody you have never talked to, there is no, I mean, there is nothing to lose, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
He doesn't even know you in most of the cases.
Yep.
So you don't have anything to lose. And if you would, you don't need to think about it because yeah, I mean you're approaching another human being. So where I'm going to do where I'm going to that is also, since you are approaching a human being, your attitude will like
Be different.
yeah, it would be make the difference to that person. And that's why like smiling is like one of the best tools for making friends, for example.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, totally.
And
And it's difficult. It's difficult because I was being told this very advice multiple times, and I was yeah, so easy, haha. But yeah, I mean, when you get that sense that smiling is a good social tool, not being psychopathic or sociopathic, but yeah, it's a good social tool that you can help yourself by just smiling and be fresh. It gets easier.
Thank you.
I had a question.
Yep.
I was curious if getting into the industry is 100% your portfolio, or do you have to have formal education for people to look at you at all?
I finished my school. It's not a school. I mean my illustration career 6 years ago, I think. 21, well, 7 years if we count 21. 7 years. I have just shared my diploma once, just once, and it was because I wanted to help a friend teaching on university, and the university to allow you to teach there, they need to know that you have an education. So they ask me about my diploma, but about all of the works that I have done, none of them ask me about my diploma. So it depends, and maybe it depends on the country. Maybe in some countries to work on there, they ask you about your degree, but in mostly of the jobs that you're going to have, they don't ask you. They only ask you for your portfolio, for your resume, and the cover letter. Those 3 things only.
Oh, okay. Cool. Thanks.
No problem. So, okay, I'm going to finish the stream now. So maybe one more question or idea or thought before finishing.
I can't really think of anything.
Okay. Good. Oscar, do you like crabs? I do like them. They are funny. They are interesting. I love them. Yeah. And I don't eat them. That's why I love them. I don't eat what I love. You know these crab pen holders? Yeah, I do know them. Crabs are pretty. Okay, yeah. No, maybe not. I just like them. Okay, guys, so I'm going to stop the recording.